I want to give my thoughts on a show. It's a very popular show. Probably everybody out there knows this show. It's Rick and Morty. And this show is kind of a mixed bag for me. And I'm going to just kind of explain why and just be honest with it. The first two seasons, I thoroughly enjoy. I especially really enjoy season two. Season two, I think, one of my favorite seasons in all of like animated history. Like for animated series. Like I'm going to be straight up honest. It's probably top 10, maybe top 15, It's pretty dang good. But after the first two seasons, it kind of falls off a cliff. It just becomes kind of weird, not very like fun and entertaining Rick and Morty used to be. It just kind of becomes this show that's always trying to make pop culture, just trying to become pop culture itself. I think the best example of this is Pickle Rick. It very far deviates from what the show is. And I'm just going to kind of explain this. Like, if you haven't watched Rick and Morty, spoiler warning, but Pickle Rick is an episode where I feel like the show, I don't think Pickle Rick's necessarily a bad episode, but you definitely can see the parallels of why the show used to be so much better with Pickle Rick. So it starts out, and it's kind of towards Rick's character. He doesn't want to go to family therapy. He doesn't believe in therapy, and he's just trying to avoid it, and he turns himself into a pickle. That's Rick. It's kind of funny, whatever. But the way they go out throughout the story, it's just so dumb and stupid. So Rick as a pickle moves around, falls off the table, goes in the driveway, and is somehow able to use rats to make like his limbs work and basically become a full-on working organism. And it's just such a far cry from what the series used to be. And I don't think that's even the bad part about the show, to be honest. That part of the episode, honestly, the fair therapy stuff kind of sucks ass. I think that's the worst part of it. And I think that character, that the girl they introduced, she's just kind of like a nothing burger. She's just kind of like the talking head for the message they want to put through. But anyway, we get some pretty cool action scenes through it. But I feel like we don't see Rick struggle. Like for half a second we do, but then he's just automatically up and at it. Like Rick's smart, but he's not supposed to be like this unhinged, like be all end all person. And I know you can look at this for season 3, episode 1, where he was just like this amazing fighter, was going crazy, and it seems like nothing could go wrong for him. I know it's kind of like the same premise, but Pickle Rick is just kind of like a better example, in my opinion, because of the side plot is just much worse. And how they're just kind of in family therapy, and it's just boring, and nothing's really going on with it. And Morty and Summer did some weird things at school. It just doesn't amount to a whole lot, in my opinion. But and then you like look at a episode from like season 1. For example, the second episode of the series, it's Rick's trapped in like a simulation. I'm pretty sure it's the second. It might be the fourth. It might be the fourth episode. Rick's trapped in a simulation. This is one of my favorite episodes. Rick's trapped in the simulation, and he's already figured it out because it's dumb. Like the show's not like the simulation's bad, and Rick's figured it out. It's good, funny moments with him and Morty. And Morty's like, he doesn't know that Morty's like DNA copied. And this is also a reason, like, kind of why I like the Truman Show. You want to like look back and wonder when Rick realizes that the whole simulation was always fake. And I think this is a true like big step for him as well, realizing like he doesn't really trust anybody. And I think that's what he did, and why he just never trusted anybody for whatever, like even when they're like in that bad situation, the simulation. If you watch the show, you know what I mean. It's like so many things, so many moving pieces. It's I don't know how to describe it, but the story was much simpler in that season 1 episode, but yet it's 10 times more entertaining than Pickle Rick is. Pickle Rick, there's 1,000 times more things going on. There's 1,000, like it's these huge action scenes. So many things are moving with the plot, and then you have like the family therapy stuff. I don't really know if Jerry's in this episode. He kind of also sucks this season as well. And then like it's like what like it's weird to describe, but it's just boring at the end of the day. It's like yeah, you have all these cool action scenes, but it's like it's not necessarily good. It's not necessarily good television. I just really like Rick figuring out and then pointing up. And again, the show needs to be funny, and Pickle Rick is just not funny. They're just like going for like easy laughs and like poo poop poop humor at the end of the day. So like it's like the show just continues to deviate that way throughout the seasons. There's some up and down episodes, I will be honest. But then we get to it's the season before the newest season. I did not like the newest season, by the way. It's either 8 or 7, but that season was really good. I really enjoyed pretty sure it's season 7. I could be wrong, but it's the one where they go to the Denny's. It's the hole where you have to face your biggest fear. I really enjoyed that episode. Again, it's like kind of the same premise as that episode I just talked about in season 1. It's a simple adventure with Morty. It isn't like something crazy's going on. He's just trying to figure out. He's like in the simulation. They go throughout their lives. He thinks that Rick's in the simulation, but it's actually Morty. And then it's just a very good episode. Like, I'm not really. I haven't watched these episodes in a while. I'm just kind of rapid firing videos as well. But at the end of the day, it's like it's really nice to see how they kind of went back to that form and then kind of like said fuck that, and then in the latest season kind of reverted back to like their old ways, and it was like come on, like honestly, season 8 wasn't like the worst season there was, but it definitely was a far cry from season 1, 2, and even 7 in my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's 7. So I really hope that they figure out how to go back to the old form of Rick and Morty, because there's so many different things that Rick and Morty could do right and go back to form. And I really was hoping that season 8 would like, again, Rick and Morty also has like a lot of like story building. Like the story in it is the lore is very important to like the very hardcore fans of it, and they obviously continue with it, like evil Morty and then Rick Prime. And that was a good episode too. That happened in season 7 as well. In the middle of it, obviously there's a lot of crazy things going on, but it also teaches like a good lesson at the end of the day. Like, just because you get rid of your problems doesn't mean they don't stick with you at the end of the day. Just because you get rid of the cause of it doesn't mean that the effects of it still don't last. I think it's a really good, like, it's just sad to see. Like, I'm trying to like convey it, and I'm trying to like be like, boom, this is like the reason, but you can't really just point out a reason why. It's just honestly, I don't know why. And I really hope that they continue to make really quality content, go back to the seasons, because I really did enjoy season 7. It was really one of my favorite seasons. It's definitely top 3, could be 2 honestly. I don't think it's beating season 2 though for me. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I just really hope Rick and Morty goes back to this like form of content. So yeah, that's really about it. As always, have a great day.